Well, it's only been a couple weeks in game since the last episode, but we've already gotten a piece of good news. Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona 3-1 at Barcelona, if I recall. So they have already been knocked down the standings, which is good for us because we're going to need all the help we can get if we want to try and win La Liga this year. Today, though, it's all about the Champions League as we get ready to play Slavia Praha. They're the weakest team in the group, but they're still a good team. And frankly, it's Football Manager. Anything can happen. My name's FM20. It's time to get real. As I mentioned in the intro, we got a lot of help. Barcelona's lost to Celta Vigo. They've lost to Athletico Madrid. So they've won 2 and they've lost 2. This early in the season, that's a good thing because last season they lost a grand total of 3 games. So, we're doing really well, and it's because we've got a little bit of help. Did they lose back-to-back? They did lose back-to-back. That hasn't happened in a long time. Celta Vigo is actually a solid squad, so they can definitely jump up and surprise you. That's the thing about La Liga, and it's the same with other first division teams across the world, especially in this save. You always have, say, 1 to 4 really good squads who could fight it out for first place, and then you have, depending on the size of the league. Well, we can break it down like this. About 15 to 20% of the league are top-tier elite teams. Call it 20%. 70% of the remaining teams always have the potential to finish either, as an example, using La Liga, 5th or 17th. And then you're always going to have your teams fighting it out. But even your teams fighting it out are always going to be able to jump up and surprise you. Malaga last year beat Valencia, Sevilla, and Real Madrid. They lost to a bunch of other teams, but they beat Valencia, Sevilla, and Real Madrid, who were all good squads. So you just can't take anything for granted, especially in Football Manager. And you never know when the match engine is going to just do match engine sort of things. So we're currently 4-0. We've got a +8 goal differential. This early in the season, Matasevich and Verdonk each have 3 goals, and Augusto the highest rating and the most assists. Seferovic, the best pass completion rating. Augusto's won 2 Player of the Match awards. He's turning into a very good ball-winning midfielder, an excellent passer, and a good facilitator of the ball. Fernandez, 3 yellow cards. As long as we have more points than yellow cards this season, that's what I'm hoping for. Today we're playing Slavia Praha away, and then we're playing Granada at home. So I'm going to double-check my best 11, set the reserves. We're going to come back for the Champions League group stage match against Slavia Praha in just a bit. Well, they've got an older squad, but they're all capable players. Mele's a decent keeper. Hurtado, how do I know that name? Did I look at him earlier? I may have looked at him earlier in the save. Rebellas is their striker, 7 goals and 3. I remember him. He was at Sevilla, and then he went to Barcelona, and they've just loaned him out, and then looks like they paid $52 million for him. They never played him because they're always buying players. They spent 300 and something million euros this year in the transfer window. And that's after they sold a decent amount of money too. And ended up taking a loss on him because they moved him to Praha. So we, of course, are playing our 4-2-4. Seferovic in goal. Pagano, Uche, Benvenuti, Fernandez as the defensive back 4. Augusto and Malo as the midfielders. Verdonk and Israel as the attacking midfielders. Matasevich and Maria up top as the strikers. We just need to not fall on our face. Pagano on the throw-in. Verdonk. Back to Pagano. Over to Uche. Pagano sends it to Augusto. He sends it up to Israel, who was, wow, that was a hell of a shot. It hit Mele and then went in. Good assist by Augusto. I really thought Uche was going to try and kick it back to Seferovic from there. But Augusto up in his space. Israel, wow. He did that left-footed, too. That's... Hold on just a second here. Wow, okay, we got a little lucky there. That, or it was an FM error in whatever sprite they used to animate that. Augusto with the corner kick. Sends it in. Benvenuti to Matasevic. Bounces back and forth, and finally Verdonk is there, and it goes in. Oh, Melee made a really good save on the Matasevic opportunity. But he knocked it right down to Verdonk, who was right there. That was some good keeping by Melee and also a bad bit of luck for him as well. Pagano up towards Matasevic, but Stekshal steps in front of it. Diaz has the ball. Makri up for Rebellis. Oh, Seferovic, a very nice save. That was interesting. They showed the beginning of the corner kick, then they cut away. Fernandez up to Israel. Baseline, Matasevic is there off the post. Verdonk runs it down. He's dispossessed by Sekshal. Makri gets it out to Stings, who holds it up, sends it up to Diaz. He crosses it in, knocked away. Hurtado was the intended target, but a high-end defender stepped in front of him. Israel driving forward, dispossessed, but Verdonk ends up with the ball. He crosses it in, it's knocked away. Hurtado runs the loose ball down, drives forward, and he is fouled by Benvenuti. Seferovic taps up to Benvenuti, over to Uche, out to Verdonk. He cuts inside, all the way across the field, over to Fernandez, up to Israel. Drives forward, and Israel's fouled. Oh, he went to VAR, and that was quick. Okay. Verdonk blows it past Melee. We are up 3-0 just before the end of the first half. 11 shots, 6 on target, decent possession advantage. Melee guessed right, but Verdonk just blew it past him. And that is halftime. So far, a very good game for us. Verdonk, a brace of goals, one of which is a penalty kick. He's got a 12 penalty taking. That's interesting. Especially with like Matasevic on the field. I wonder. Let me check something out here real quick. No, Matasevic's on 11. Okay. Corner kick. Sedlik sends it in. Uche knocks it away. Maria taps it up to Matasevic. He breaks left, driving forward. Dispossessed by Sekshal. Pagano ends up with the ball. He crosses it in. Israel ends up with it. That was a missed header by a bunch of people. Malo takes the shot. It's off the post. You know what? We're 62 minutes in. We're going to make a couple of changes. We're going to get Israel off and bring on Boyce. We're going to get Pagano off and bring on Broderson. And if Verdonk wasn't working on his hat trick, we'd bring him off too. Uche. Back to Seferovic. Up to Benvenuti. Out to Boyce. Long pass. Maria got behind the defender. Oh, nice save. Sedlik knocks it away. Broderson sends it up. Matasevic is there. Oh, wow. That was impressive on the 2D. What the heck would it look like in the 3D? Let's see here. Broderson sends it up. Matasevic gets it. Breaks inside. He's in the 6-yard box. Looks like he's going to cross it. Instead, just goes near post. Wow. Well, we're going to get Benvenuti off here. It's 73 minutes in the game, so we're comfortably ahead. I don't expect us to collapse, but, then again, FM, anything could happen. So we're going to get Benvenuti off and bring on Thorup, get him some playing time as a ball-playing defender. Hurtado sends it in, but Broderson knocks it away. Fernandez back to Uche, back to Seferovic. He gets the ball over to Thorpe. Fernandez to Malo, to Augusto, back to Malo. Back to Thorpe. All the way back to Seferovic. Uche. Augusto. Malo. Long pass. Maria got behind the defenders. Takes the shot. Melee, a very nice save. Knocked away, and that is the highlight. Coming up on the end of the game, a comfortable win for us. 20 shots, 12 on target. Decent possession advantage. Verdonica a brace of goals. Israel a goal. Matasevic a goal. That's a very good 4-0 win for us. We got $2.7 million for playing in the first game. Verdonica had a very good performance. That was a very solid all-around effort by the team. Any other big surprises? No, Barcelona beat Lyon 1-0. So, we've got Granada coming up in 3 days. Club-wise, we're getting better. We got the youth recruitment up to 15. Youth facilities are 14. Training facilities are 12. It's interesting. I'm kind of at the point with the board where they're happy where things are, but I'm trying to convince them to spend more money so we can compete. And I'm having to throw a lot of weight around in terms of, hey, I've been here a long time. We're really successful. You know, the fans are behind me, sort of thing. At some point in time, they're going to call my bluff. I'm going to be in a world of hurt. But until then, we're going to keep doing what we can do to get stuff improved. Let me see if I can improve the junior coaching here. Board request. See, I've got to go through all 3 rounds of, I'll make a request, they'll deny it. I'll tell them, I can't stress how much I really think we need to do this. And they'll be like, you can ask all you want. And just be like, and I have to choose the option that says, well, we're going to be left behind otherwise. And they finally say, okay, yeah, sure, no problems. And it's annoying because we've got 300 million euros in the bank. You know, I've got 186 million in the transfer budget still. I've still got 1 million euros in my salary budget. I mean, it's insane. If I take my payroll budget and make the adjustment, my transfer budget goes up to 230 million euros. Which, if I wanted an Mbappe or a player like that, I could go out and get, but I really don't. He's 32 now. Yeah, he's starting to fall off. But I'm happy with the players I have. We're doing really good. So, anyhow, we got Granada coming up in a couple of days. I'm going to get to that game. We'll be back with it in just a bit. Now, a bit of a bad news, good news situation going on here. I completely forgot to start recording the Granada match. So what happens is when I get done, I go back and I just double check the video to make sure that, you know, there's no issues with the sound or the microphone or anything like that. And realize that I forgot to hit record when we played Granada. So we won 3-1. Benvenuti, a goal off a set piece for Donka penalty kick. Augusto, a very nice goal off a Pagano assist. That was very nice. Solid all-around effort. We had 29 shots, 14 on target. There's 7-3. Huge possession advantage. So that's kind of the bad news. The good news is, though, we're playing Barcelona today. So, I mean, it's literally 3 days after the Granada match. They are currently in 8th place. They lost 2 games in a row. Their season is getting off to a very slow start. We're currently 6 points ahead of them. So if we do a credible job today, we're definitely helping ourselves. So we are playing our 4-2-4, of course. Pagano goal, Uche, Benvenuti, and Fernandez is the defensive back four. Augusto and Malo is the midfielders. Verdonk and Israel is the attacking midfielders. Matasevic and Maria up top as the strikers. They've still got a very good squad. They've still got Fatih, Debo, Vanden Eekhout in goal. Christian, he's the midfielder we had on loan. Now he's playing defensive right back. They got De Jong still. Goodwin is a very excellent striker. €103 million. 130 million euros they spent on him to get him from Man United. And he had a quality season for him last year. 19 and 36 is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Kickoff highlight. This is never good. Oh, Malo ends up with the ball. Up into space for Maria. Got between the defenders. Oh, he hits it right at Van den Eekhout, though. He's turned into a very good keeper. He's a world-class keeper. I remember looking at him when he was a youth player and saw his potential and thought, maybe I have an opportunity to get him, but that was around the time we were going through that whole Raboui to Van Berkel issue. Matasevic in the box. Israel. Oh, Maria's there and he scores his second goal of the season. He's off to, I'm not going to say he's off to a bit of a slow start. The kid had 54 goals last season. That's across all competitions. He had 54 goals. So the fact that this is only his second goal of the season and we're 6 games into it, I'm okay with that. I expect, as I'm hitting my mic, I expect maybe 15 to 20 goals from him. 25 would be really, really good, but if he gets 20 and 38, I will be more than happy with that, especially as long as I have other players who are contributing, like Augusto, like Verdonk, Cesar. Oh, nice save by Seferovic. I think that was a save. It could have hit the post. So Verdonk drives forward, blows by the defender, tries getting out to Matasevic, but Matasevic can't get up to Tobito, but Tobito gives it away. Malo ends up with the ball. Verdonk gets by Christian. No, Christian dispossesses him. Diaz up to Goodwin. Back to De Jong. Over to Cesar. Oh, he gets by Malo. And his shot curls wide right. Roberto. Back to Van den Eekhout. Cesar. To Van den Eekhout. To Todibo. Up to De Jong. All the way out to Diaz. Diaz drives forward. Augusto had it, but couldn't hold it. Diaz still has it. Tapped it up. Looks like Goodwin got a foot on it, and he blew it by Seferovic. Was Goodwin offsides? Yeah, he was. Okay. Seferovic. To Benvenuti. Over to Uche. Out to Verdonk. Long pass towards Matasevic in the open. Holds it up. Back to Verdonk. Malo, top the box. Wow. Holy cow. I swear he has at least one of those this season. He was at least 28 yards outside the box. I mean, watch this. Because the big box is 22, right? And he's easily 5-8 yards beyond the top of the D. Holy cow. And we're only 20 minutes in. Fati, just outside the box, crosses it in. Diaz is there and he scores. That is not offsides. It's a good assist by Fati. Nice header by Diaz. Well, Seferovic tried. De Jong on the free kick just taps it to Goodwin. He drives left and he takes a shot. He pushes it wide right. Kresik up to Fati. He centers it to Goodwin. To Diaz, bounces it off a defender, and Goodwin kicks it wide left. Barcelona is completely uninterested in what Klopp has to say. We go into the half with a 2-1 lead thanks to goals by Maria and a hell of a goal by Malo. That's a goal of the year candidate right there. Pagano up to Verdonk. Kickoff highlight here. Augusto to Matasevic. Oh, he tries sending it in for Israel. Benvenuti runs down the ball. He's dispossessed though. Fati ends up with it. Back to Kresik. Over to Cesar. Up for Goodwin, who sits between the defenders. One-on-one with Seferovic. And they equalized off the second half kickoff. Well, they've had 14 shots, 6 on target, 7 and 5, so at some point in time you knew they were going to break through. Nice first touch. And he just deked Seferovic out of his shoes. Diaz. Cesar ends up with the ball. De Jong back to Cesar. Out to Christian on the right. Aguado. De Jong And he scores from distance as well. Son of a gun. Oh, man. Seferovic should have had that. Frankie de Jong's a little bit old to be doing somersaults like that, especially on wet ground. Throwing for Hyan. Malo dispossessed by Fati. Oh, he bounced. Okay, that was a bit of luck on our part. Fati had it, and then he was tackled by Benvenuti, but he got it back, and then it was a really weak shot. Okay. We're going to get Pagano off and bring on Ambrose. We're going to get Malo off and bring on... Van Horn. Fati runs the ball down off the free kick. Kresic in the box, knocked away. Benvenuti, Augusto, out to Malo. Matasevic gets by the one defender, holds it up, centers it in. Maria can't get there. Fati gets the rebound. Drives forward. Dispossessed by Benvenuti. Nice tackle. Israel to Malo. Out to Benvenuti, to Maria, over to Matasevic. He gets by the defender. In the crowd, dispossessed. De Jong, up to Goodwin. Well, it's 1 versus 3, so, you know, he's going to score. No, he hits it right at Seferovic. Oh, they score off the set piece. Come on, guys. We had them on the ropes, too. Jeez. What was Seferovic doing? Goodwin in the crowd, knocked away by Benvenuti. Todibo runs it down, but Maria gets a foot on it. It's Israel driving forward. He's got some help. Instead, he's going to take the shot, but Van den Eekhout gets a hand on it and pushes it wide right. Good job by the Barcelona keeper. Augusto, corner kick. Oh, Fati steps in front of that. Up to Diaz. Verdonk did Verdonk foul him? Verdonk fouled him. De Jong into the crowd, and Seferovic somehow ends up with the ball. Throws it out to Fernandez, who's dispossessed by Fati. Oh, wow. Okay, it hit the post, it hit Seferovic, and then it went out of bounds. That could have gone poorly. Goodwin, knocked away by Benvenuti. Fati's going to run that down, gets it back to Goodwin, who hits the post, and Benvenuti clears it. Diaz knocks it down to Verdonk. Man. How much you want to bet we're going to see a thing about Klopp's halftime speech firing up the team? Benvenuti to Fernandez. Back to Benvenuti. Over to Van Horn. Back to Benvenuti. To Augusto. All the way out to Verdonk. Can we get one back? We can't. Oh! What happened there? Looks like Van den Eekhout got it like in the way, and Maria didn't charge him because he was afraid of fouling him, maybe? Todibo. Dispossessed, but he gets it back. Cesar. All the way back to Van den Eekhout. He bombs it forward to Diaz, who heads it over to Aguado. Out to Fati, got behind the defenders. And Seferovic, a very nice save. Well, they've had 27 shots, 14 on target to our 9 and 6. They've also had 3 woodwork hits, too. But frankly, 2 of those woodwork hits were questionable. Well, not questionable. I mean, they're definitely woodwork hits. I don't know that I would count them as chances. The one where it hit Seferovic, then hit the post, maybe. But, man, that just... We had them... And Madrid drew, so now we're a point behind. Yep. Halftime talk. Well, we're going to come back for Juve and probably Cadiz. Valladolid and Cadiz are both at the bottom of the league. And then Real Sociedad, Celta Vigo. And then we'll finish with Real Madrid and Arsenal. That was annoying. Not as annoying as forgetting to record the Granada game, but still an annoying result. We had them. We were competing with them. And we just absolutely lost in the second half. Good grief. It was a nice effort, though. Trying to psych myself up and comfort myself with the fact that Barcelona just beat us 4-2 and knocked us out of first place. It's early enough in the season that I don't think that's going to matter in the long run. Well, the key is going to be this Madrid game coming up in December. So, until then, we got our Champions League games that we're going to be concentrating on. If we get a credible result against Arsenal, I will be quite happy. But I suspect it's going to come down to... We're going to have to draw Arsenal and Juve each at least once, I think, or beat them in order to have any hopes of getting out of the group stage and into the knockout rounds. Frankly, if that doesn't happen and we go down to the Europa League, I'm not going to say I'm okay with that, but I like our chances in the Europa League to get far. Then again, I'm trying to be an optimist about that. So, what a bummer of a game. We'll bounce back. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM20. I think.